What are you going to do if Iran starts up their nuclear program again?
Iran will find out. They're going to find out. I don't think they should do that. I would advise Iran not to start their nuclear program. I would advise them very strongly. If they do, there will be very severe consequence. Okay? Thank you very much.
Welcome to In Pursuit of Truth. This is your host, Sir Patrick Mack. We've got one Q post for you here. It is post 1325, and it's coming in at 50 minutes past the hour of 12 p.m. We have a link to the IranDaily.com news and happy hunting Q. Those are your Q posts for the day. If you like this video, please click like, share, and subscribe. And no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so this post takes you to this link right here to IranDaily.com. Rosatom head to visit Iran. An Iranian delegation headed by spokesperson for the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran, AEOI, Behruz Kamalvandi, met with Alexei Likachev, the CEO of Rosatom State Atomic Energy Corporation, and the corporation's top officials in Moscow on Tuesday, MNA reported. During the meeting, the two sides conferred on various issues related to bilateral nuclear cooperation. Likachev is slated to visit Bushehr one day before Russian President Vladimir Putin's trip to Iran, which is scheduled for November 1st, aimed at taking part in a trilateral Russia, Iran, Azerbaijan meeting. Likachev will negotiate with Iran's nuclear chief Ali Akbar Salehi and participate in the operationalization ceremony of new power plants in Bushehr. On Tuesday, delegations from Iran and Russia met in Moscow to hail 25 years of bilateral cooperation in the area of peaceful uses of nuclear energy and the new prospects under the Iran nuclear deal. Okay, well, before we talk about Rosatom visiting to Iran, let's talk about this right here, the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran, the AEOI. Established in 1973, the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran, AEOI, has operational control over Iran's civilian nuclear program. The organization's original purpose was to oversee the planned implementation of a 23,000 megawatt electric nuclear program under the Shah. And then it goes on to talk about their 5 divisions here. Let me take you to the second paragraph. In 1998, AEOI officials met with A.Q. Khan, who, by the way, is a Pakistani physicist, to negotiate the purchase of centrifuge enrichment technology. The organization also owned the companies Iran used for secret centrifuge research, such as Pars Trash and the Calais Electric Company. The AEOI has actively attempted to provide Iran with access to foreign nuclear technology and negotiated, for example, cooperation agreements with Russia and China. The organization also owns numerous front and false flag companies, which it uses for illicit procurement operations in order to circumvent international sanctions. The AEOI is the target of both U.S. and UN sanctions. In February 2013, head of the AEOI, Faridun Abbasi Davani, announced that Iran has identified 16 sites for the construction of nuclear power plants and will provide the IAEA with design information questionnaires, DIQs, for all proposed plants. Okay, so that is the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran. And incidentally, if you called them the Atomic Energy Iran Organization United, they would be AEIOU. All right, so moving on to Rosatom, and you may remember Rosatom. This is Rosatom. The State Atomic Energy Corporation, Rosatom, is one of the global technological leaders. It is one of the largest companies of the Russian Federation and largest taxpayers of the country. It brings together nuclear power and power engineering assets, as well as NPP design and construction. Rosatom is the largest electricity generating company in Russia. Wow, producing 202.868 billion kilowatt hours of electricity in 2017, or 18.9% of the country's total generation of electricity. Rosatom holds first place for the largest portfolio of foreign construction projects, 33 NPP units in 12 countries. Rosatom produces annually approximately 3,000 tons of uranium production abroad, excluded raw materials of the Russian and foreign deposits, particularly in Kazakhstan, will be enough to supply both domestic and international projects of Rosatom for the next 100 years. Wow, good on you, Rosatom. Rosatom covers 16% of the global nuclear fuel market. Rosatom also manufactures equipment and produces isotopes for nuclear medicine, carries out research, material studies. It also produces supercomputers and software, as well as different nuclear and non-nuclear innovative products. Rosatom's strategy is to develop clean energy projects, including wind energy. Rosatom brings together over 300 enterprises and organizations, including the world's only nuclear icebreaker fleet. Rosatom is tasked with implementing the uniform state policy on the uses of atomic energy, as well as fulfilling the Russian Federation's international obligations on the peaceful uses of atomic energy. Okay, so that's Rosatom for all your nuclear solutions. Nothing to see here. Okay, we're moving on. So, you're going to probably remember Rosatom from such classic metal hits as Uranium One. Uranium One is a global energy company and one of the world's largest uranium producers with a diverse portfolio. Oh, you do have a diverse portfolio, don't you, of assets worldwide, including in Kazakhstan, which is so great, the United States, Tanzania, and elsewhere. As a leading uranium producer, Uranium One is committed to the highest environmental standards. Good. It's good to have clean uranium, the health and safety of its employees, and the long-term sustainability of the diverse communities across the globe in which it operates. Uranium One is a wholly owned subsidiary of Rosatom. Well, we already knew that, right? This was our connection, okay, from Canada, okay, to Russia. That was our connection. Rosa and Tom got together, bought Uranium One. All right, so incidentally, Rosatom is working on phase 2 of the Bushehr nuclear plant, which they were talking about in this article. Okay, remember they were slated to visit Bushehr in one day before Russian President Vladimir Putin's trip to Iran, which is scheduled for November 1st. Okay, so the day before they're going to go over here. And what are they doing over here? They're working on phase 2 of the Bushehr nuclear plant. This is off the Tehran Times. And I'm sorry, I can't make the text bigger on this one, otherwise it would lose the picture. And I wanted to remind you of this picture. On 3rd of May, 2018, soil stabilization works under the reactor building of Power Unit Number 2 commenced at Bushehr 2 NPP construction site, the agency said on its website, Press TV reported. It said, these works will ensure the performance of the most important stage of the project implementation. First concrete pouring planned for the 3rd quarter of 2019. Rosatom said the commencement of the works in the pit of the new power unit is planned for 2018, adding that all works are being performed in accordance with the project implementation schedule. All right, soil stabilization is one of preparatory stages, for commencement of the nuclear power plant construction, required to reduce the settlement of buildings and structures of the power plant and ensuring their stability in case of possible seismic impact. Well, there was seismic impact. And I don't know if you remember earlier on, I think it was actually, oh gosh, the days have blended by, but I think it was about a month ago. Might have been longer, might have been sooner, don't remember, but it's about a month ago, I think. And they have a lot of earthquakes in this area, but there was a big one right near here. And I think we did talk about it in one of my videos. All right. And that's why I wanted to remind you of this picture, because this was actually where that picture was from. Tehran and Moscow clinched a deal in 1992 to cooperate on their first stage of the Bushehr project. Under the deal, the first reactor was connected to the national electric grid in 2012 and reached full capacity in the following year. In November 2014, Nuclear Power Production and Development Company of Iran, NPPD, and Russia's Atomstroyexport signed 2 contracts for the construction of Units 2, 3 of Bushehr-2 under the engineering, procurement, and construction terms and on a turnkey basis, and for engineering studies and collection of data at the site of Bushehr-2. The contract for construction of the second line of Bushehr NPP consists of 2 units of Russian design with a total capacity of 2,100 megawatts. And incidentally, I think they were going to break a record over here at this plant for how many megawatts that they could produce. So, Rosatom, you've got now this axed Iran deal. And now you've got Iran and Russia reaching out to each other. And you have Azerbaijan here as well. And where they would be linked is simply here. Let me take you back even further to March 2002. Iran mining uranium in Azerbaijan. Baku newspaper reports. The Azerbaijani newspaper Azadlig reported on 26 March 2002 that Iran is covertly mining uranium ore in the Nakhichevan Autonomous Republic in Azerbaijan. According to unidentified sources, Iran has been transporting soil at night from mountains in Kulfa and Babak districts of Nakhichevan. Azadlig reports that these mountains contain some amount of uranium ore and that the soil is transferred to Iran and processed into enriched uranium. The paper also argued that Iran plans to make nuclear weapons, citing Western intelligence sources. Okay, so that would be your connection right there with the trilateral Russia, Iran, Azerbaijan meeting. So let me take you over here. No, excuse me, not yet. On Tuesday, delegations from Iran and Russia met in Moscow to hail 25 years of bilateral cooperation in the area of peaceful uses of nuclear energy and the new prospects under the Iran nuclear deal. Okay, so, well, I guess it remains to be seen how peaceful it is, right? Now, it's fair to say that Iran could be making nuclear energy. A lot of countries can make nuclear energy and be peaceful, and it looks like this Rosatom is reaching out, but they're reaching out with a lot of uranium. Where'd they get that uranium? They got it from us. That was our uranium. Now everybody's using our uranium. They're building a whole bunch of bombs, and they're going to try and bomb us. Okay, maybe not all of them, but some of them may be. And that's what this looks like we're talking about here. And, of course, there's new prospects under the Iran nuclear deal. There has to be, because the Iran nuclear deal basically fell through as far as with the United States. So, that being said, I want to talk a little bit about, now this guy, it's actually Likachev, it's not Likachev, will negotiate with Iran's nuclear chief, Ali Akbar Salehi. Let's talk about him real quick. And he is over here. And let me actually do this for you. There we go. This is off the Tehran Times from May 1st. Capability to revitalize nuclear work is Iran's pride, Salehi. The head of the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran, AEOI, hopes that the U.S. President Donald Trump and other American officials would come to their senses and meet Washington's obligations under the 2015 nuclear deal between Tehran and world powers. Well, we know how that turned out. Speaking to reporters in Mashhad on Monday, Ali Akbar Salehi pointed to a possible U.S. withdrawal from the nuclear deal, saying technically Iran is capable of returning its nuclear industry to the pre-JCPOA conditions, Tasnim News Agency reported. We are at a level much higher than that of the pre-JCPOA era, Salehi said, referring to the country's advanced capabilities in the area of peaceful nuclear technology. Salehi, a nuclear physicist, said it is not just a slogan that Iran resume its nuclear activities. It is neither a slogan nor exaggeration. If we cannot act based on what we promised the pride of the Islamic Republic officials, I and also the Atomic Energy Organization will be in danger. Okay, interesting stuff. All right, well, this Likachev guy is getting around. As a matter of fact, back in June 2017, this is off the Armenian Press. Looks like he was in Armenia. Armenian PM holds meeting with Russia's Rosatom Corporation boss. Armenian Prime Minister Karen Karapetyan held a meeting with Alexei Likachev, Director General of Russia's Rosatom State Atomic Energy Corporation. The PM emphasized the significance of Armenian-Russian cooperation in the energy branch and was pleased to note the level of bilateral partnership. The sides discussed the progress of the extension works of Armenia's nuclear power plant's second power unit's operation. Mr. Likachev said the works are proceeding according to the schedule and added that the Armenian NPP's project is one of the most important projects in the Armenian-Russian energy cooperation. The Rosatom boss briefed the PM on the interim results of the works and future actions. Okay, well, it looks like this arm of Rosatom is extending quite a bit with all this uranium they got. As a matter of fact, it reaches into Armenia, Belarus, Egypt, Iran, and Turkey are all to sign agreements with Russia's. And then I think it's supposed to say Rosatom, but it says Rosenergotom. Rosenergotom. Okay, so it's going to be Rosenergotom. Okay. This is off of electricenergyonline.com. I can play this game. Okay. Armenia, Belarus, Egypt, Iran, and Turkey are all to sign agreements with Russia's Rosenergotom on assistance in producing regulatory and technical documentation for commissioning, operation, prolongation of the service life, and decommissioning of nuclear power plants, Rosatom said. The first was signed with Armenia on 3rd of April, while Rosenergotom will sign a similar agreement with Belarus in the near future, with agreements with the other three countries to follow by 2020. Okay, so there you go. That's about all I know. Q simply just said happy hunting, and clearly we know that this company was wrapped up with uranium one. They bought all the uranium. They bought the uranium, and then they bought the company. Okay, and uranium one is still a subsidiary there. So exactly what we're looking for, I don't know, but we can see clearly that we have these ties. The Iranian deal has fallen through, and now everyone's starting to kind of team up, aren't they? And it looks like it could be, you've got John Kerry running around. He's breaking the Logan Act, and you know what we call those people. We call them unlogany. He's an unlogany. So, but it didn't work, did it? It fell through. The deal fell through. And then, of course, hours later, we have the strikes from Israel. So interesting times, and things are getting very, very crazy, clearly. But we've got some good news as well. Let me take you over here first. This is globalsecurity.org. Armenia's Pashinyan calls for Karabakh leaders' involvement in peace talks. A day after being chosen, Armenia's new prime minister, Nikol Pashinyan, has called for the de facto authorities in Nagorno-Karabakh, a region in Azerbaijan under the control of ethnic Armenian forces, to become a party in the internationally mediated talks to resolve the long-standing conflict between Yerevan and Baku. Pashinyan, who was elected premier by the Armenian parliament on May 8th after leading street protests for weeks, made the call on May 9th in Nagorno-Karabakh's capital, Stepanakert. Armenian leaders traditionally visit the region on May 9th, the day on which many ex-Soviet countries marked the defeat of Nazi Germany. It also coincides with the day Armenian-backed forces took control of a key town in 1992 during a war for control of Nagorno-Karabakh. The region, populated mainly by ethnic Armenians, declared independence from Azerbaijan during a 1988-94 conflict that claimed an estimated 30,000 lives and displaced hundreds of thousands of people. Okay, so hopefully a new start for them in Armenia. Excuse me, they most certainly deserve it, so best of luck to my Armenian friends. Now, before I leave you with a quick video, and of course I want to show you a video of North Korea, the hostages returning, which was really, really cool. I want to take you over I'm going to leave you out with that video. But before I do, this is my page here, and I just want to let you know, I'm noticing my numbers are dwindling, but the comments are staying the same, and a lot of other things are staying the same. So it would tell me one of two things. Either I suck really bad lately, which could be very well true, or you're either not seeing these videos, or they're not getting out there, or you're seeing them and the numbers aren't registering. So either way, just letting you know, if you're new to this, please, if you click like and subscribe, and you want to subscribe, and you aren't seeing videos from me, it's because you're being unclicked by YouTube. They're unsubscribing you, they're unclicking you. It's happening to me and people that I follow as well too. It's just a game that we have to play. And so just to let you know, simply if you type in pursuit of truth, you are gonna in pursuit, nice, in pursuit, well, you'll still find me in pursuit of truth, okay, but in pursuit of truth, and you will find my videos, okay. And so hopefully that will help. But yeah, for those of you who have been staying with me, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And for those of you who are new, I welcome you too. So those are your Q posts. I hope you like this video. Please click like, share, and subscribe, and all that stuff that I just told you to do. Thank you so much. And I'm going to leave you out on this video right here.